Let's just wait for a bit. I'm gonna try recording this session. Hopefully the sound will be there. Let's wait for other comrades to join us. There's no one on Zoom yet. Let me see. Yeah. All right, let's get started. Still no one on Zoom. I'm having one person on, what's this, Google Meets. Can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
Hear you.
Okay. So on Saturday, we started looking at equations. And can you guys all see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right. We started looking at what we call equations. We said that equations are just us taking our algebraic statement. So we take our algebraic expression or statement, and then we put an equal sign to it, right? So what we are trying to do, we're trying to find a way such that our left-hand side of the equal sign is the same as our right-hand side. So here we could be given something like this: x plus 9 equals to 10. So we are trying to find out what value must we put here on x. So what value must we plug in here to x such that the left-hand side equals the right-hand side, right? So what must we put here? So this, by inspection, you can see that for you to have this side being 10, you just need to have this one being 1. So our x value here has to be 1. So we have 1 plus 9 giving you 10 like that, right? But we need to have a method that we can apply to actually solve that. Okay, what's happening with this? Okay. So we can just say that we can gather all the variables to one side. So x to one side, all the numbers on the other side, or the constants on the other side. And then when we cross over the equal sign, we change the sign. So this was a plus. When it crosses over, it will be a minus. So that means we'll have 10 minus 9 over here. So this will end up being x equals to 10 minus 9, which will give us the 1. So this is the 1 that we were talking about over here. And this is the method that we'll be using to sort of check if this is working the way it's supposed to be working. Right. Any questions so far? Any questions?
No.
All right. So I remember we said that we have different types of equations that we will look at. We have what we call linear equations, which are just what we checked here. So for linear equations, the degree is 1. Remember, we said the degree is the highest exponent in our polynomial or in our equation or expression. So for linear equations, the degree is just 1. So this was a linear equation like that. We end up, and then we also have another one we call quadratic. Here the degree is 2, like that. And then we have another one which we call simultaneous, like that. So simultaneous, we are sort of solving 2 variables at once. So we're solving 2 variables at once. 2 variables at once. And then we also have some that are using exponents in a way. Let's just call them exponential. So for this one, we'll be looking at something like this, whereby if I'm given, let's use something simple. I'm given x exponent 3, that's equals to 8. What's happening here? Okay. X exponent 3 is equals to 8. I think that one should be fine. Okay, let's try another one. So we could be given for this exponential one, we could be given something like this. 3 times 2 x minus 5 equals to 7, something like this. We'll look into these later on, right? But for now, let's continue with our linear equations. Any questions so far? Okay. People are complaining about Teams, but they're not on Zoom. This is funny. All right. So for linear equations, can you guys try doing these few that I'm going to give you now? For linear equations, can you guys try doing the few that I'm going to give you now? Can the people on Meets hear me? Google Meets, can you guys hear me? All right. So we'll be given something like this. 3x minus 5 equals to x plus 13. So the technique that we will use to solve this, remember, we try to keep everything with variables one side and then everything that's a constant to the other side. So to have this as 3x, we take this x, it crosses over the equal sign. So the sign will change to be minus. It was a plus here, like that. And then we have 13 over here. We take this minus 5, it crosses over, it becomes plus 5 like that. And then from there, these are now like terms. Those are like terms as well. So we are dealing with here 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is just 2x like that. And then this is equals to, this is going to give us 18, I hope, like that. Right. So now we have what's this? A variable that's multiplied by this number 2. We are trying to only have x here. So if something is multiplied, if things are multiplied together, for us to remove it, we have to divide by that same coefficient. So we do whatever we're going to do on our left-hand side, we do it also on our right-hand side. So we're going to divide here by 2. So did it on the left, we do it on the right as well. Divide by 2 this side, divide by 2. So this 2 will divide that one like that. And then we're only left with x on this side. And then from there, we can say our x value is now equals to 18 divided by 2. What do we have?
It's 9.
It's 9, like that, right? So what we are saying is that if we're going to take this value of 9 and plug it instead of having x over here, this side will be equal to that side. Let's test that out. So we're saying we're given 3 times x. So x value is 9, yeah? Minus 5, like that, right? So what do we get here? This is 3 times 9, which is 27. 27 minus 5.
22.
22, right? So this is our left-hand side. Let's check our right-hand side. Our right-hand side, it's x plus 13. So for x, we're going to have 9 plus 13. What does this one give us?
22.
22. So we can now be happy that this value of x is correct, because if we plug in the same x value here and the same x value here, we get 22 this side, we also get 22 that side. So that means our answer is correct. So that's a method that you can also use whenever you're having tests, whenever you're writing anything. You can just check that, okay, is my answer correct by just substituting into where x was given. Right. Any questions for that one?
No.
Right. Moving on, let me give you something for you guys to do. All right. So you guys are given minus 5x plus 1 equals to 4x minus 8. So this will be our first one, A. For B, you guys will have negative 1 over 2x minus 1 over 6. It's equals to 5x plus 1, 5 over 6. And let's have this one as well. So it will be x plus 7. It's equals to 3 into 2x plus 4, like that. So can we try doing these ones? Let me know when you're done with A, as well as B, as well as C. Can we try doing that one? Are we winning? Anyone stuck? I can't hear you if you're saying something. Anyone stuck?
Sengistake ku-B.
Okay, you stuck it with B. All right, so lapha we are dealing with fractions. Still, this principle is the same. Taking everything that is a variable, putting it on one side, everything that doesn't have a variable, put it on the other side. Does that help you?
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
All right.
Sir, does decimal answers count?
No, we don't want decimal answers. So you have to deal with the fraction as it is. Remember, I told you that you don't actually need a calculator for your grade 10 work.
Sir,
Yes?
C ne la ku-3 open bracket 2x plus 4. Do you follow ukuthi you multiply inamba yangaphandle with everything inside the bracket?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything we have learned so far, we carry on applying.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'm done.
You're done with all three.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else who's done? Anyone else who's done? A. Anyone else who's done with A?
Yes, we are done.
I'm done.
We're done. All right. So the answers we got for A, what did you guys get for X here? A, the final answer. What's the number that we have to plug in here and here such that this side and that side are equal? What answer did we get?
I got one.
You got
I got
One.
one.
I also got one.
1.
I also got
So-
one.
So here we have X equals to 1. Does anyone else have a different answer?
No, sir.
All right. And then for B, what answers did we get?
Negative 737 over 12.
Negative 737
37 over 12.
over 12.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm.
What else did we get? What else did we get for B?
2 over 9.
2 over
9.
2 over 9. Okay, what else did we get? Any other answer? Come on, guys, be confident about your answers. Let's go.
Yo,
I got 9. 2 over 9.
2 over 9.
sir, I
Uh-huh.
realized my mistake here.
You have found your mistake.
Yes.
Which one was your answer? The 737.
Yes, that one.
All right, so we are removing it.
Let me try fixing it.
Okay. Who else has a different answer from 2 over 9? Who else has a different
I
answer?
also found 2 over 9.
Okay. Let me just switch for those who are on Zoom. Is there anyone on Zoom? Okay, let me just change links for those ones. So 2 over 9 is what we are saying.
So there's this one that he's struggling to enter.
Hmm?
Khona othi akakwazi ukungena to the meet to the
Which
online.
which platform are they accessing? I gave people a lot of links today. There's Zoom, there's Teams, there's Google Meets. Which one are they using? Which one are they using?
We don't know, sir.
Yeah, uthi she's using Teams kodwa ayifuni ukungena.
Tell her ukuthi angene what's this? There's Google, khona link Google Meet lapha. Khona link Zoom.
Okay.
Go Zoom akasebenzise the second link because that's the one for 6:30 until 7.
Okay.
All right. So here we said 2 over 9, right?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
is this continuation from that paper?
Which paper?
That one that we wrote.
This is a different topic.
Angithi sigcine singaqedanga. It's just a continuation.
Asiqedanga nini? On Saturday.
When was it? No, when we had this meeting.
This is a different topic. This is these are equations.
Oh, kushuthi ngene late.
These are equations. Wait, you're doing accounting?
Yes.
Okay, that means you guys are have already passed this section somehow. I think you guys are doing trigonometry now. All right, so let's see how this 2/9 came about. Is the person who was failing to join still struggling?
Yeah, boss.
Okay, can they just choose a different platform if Teams is not working for them? All right, so we're having minus 1/2x. So we'll take this 5 to the other side, so it will be minus 5x, like that. And then we'll have equals to, so it will be equals to, this would just be, you can transform this to be a, what's this, improper fraction. So how do we transform that? You multiply the denominator here by this number, which will be 6 times 1. What will we get?
6.
6.
6. And then plus 5.
11.
So it would be
11.
6, like that. So that's how you move from a mixed fraction to an improper fraction like that. You multiply the denominator with the mixed number, and then from there you add whatever that's on the numerator. And then for you to go back from this improper fraction to mixed, you check how many times does 6 go into 11. It goes once. What's the remainder? 5, and then you keep your denominator that you had. So that's how you move between the two.
Okay.
Right. So we had that 1/6. So it crosses over, it becomes a plus 1/6, like that. Right. And then you can punch this into your calculator if you want, but I'm thinking you're gonna have something like this. So this is just gonna be 12/6. This is just gonna be minus 11/2x. This is just gonna still be that 6. And then we're trying to remove this fraction over here. You can multiply it by its reciprocal or its inverse. So we multiply the denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator, like that. So you multiply like that. Whatever you do on your left, you do it on your right as well. So times minus, like that. Is this the process you guys followed? Hello?
No.
Is this the
No.
all right, let's see. So this will cancel out that. So this 2 cancel out that 2, this negative, that negative, the 11, that 11. So here you're just left with x, it's equals to, this will be minus 12/11. So you guys got this answer. How we got it. Let's check if this answer is correct. It's minus 12/11. Let's plug that in. So it will be minus 1/2 into minus 12/11, like that. Minus 1/6. What do we get here? And then do the same for 5 into minus 12/11 plus 5/6. So this, we agreed that we can convert this. We had 11/6 for this one. Right. Are we getting the same answers?
Yo,
Let me
I
try and calculate. All right. So this will be a plus.
lost.
This will be gone. This will be a 6. So I'll have 6 over 11 here. Minus 1 over 6. And this would be 36 over 66 minus 11. We end up getting 25 over 66 or something like that. This side, let's see, we're getting the same thing. I don't think we're getting the same answer. We're getting the same answer here.
oh sad.
We're
No.
not.
Yeah.
All right, let's check our calculation. All right, we had negative. Okay, this was 5x. Transpose becomes negative 5x. That's fine. This was minus, goes outside, becomes a plus. And then this one, we said to multiply here, we get 6, we add 5, we get 11. So we have it like that. All right, so if we add these two, what do we get?
11 plus 6,
11 over 6 plus 1 over 6, what do we get?
12 over 6.
12 over?
6.
Oh, here it's supposed to be 2, not 6.
sad.
It's 2, yeah.
You
It's supposed to be 2 here. So if it's 2 there, that means this is minus what? Minus 4 by like this. All right. Now let's try using negative 4 over 11 as our answer and substitute into the original equation. Negative 4 over 11. Let's see.
This is right answer.
Hmm?
Type.
Can't hear you.
In type, because you're late.
What are you saying?
Right answer.
It's the right answer.
Right.
What are you saying? Minus 1 over 2 into minus 4 over 11. I think that's what we are dealing with. Okay. And then this is minus what? Minus 1 over 6. So this is just going to give me 2 over here. So this ends up being 2 over 11 minus 1 over 6 like that. And are you getting the same answers when you're plugging in negative 4 over 11 on this side and the other side?
Okay.
Are you getting the same answer? So this side I'm getting 1 over 66. Let's check the other one. People are quite worried.
The network say.
Hmm?
The network.
The network.
Yes. Tina
See.
says like yes, so it's a bit challenging.
Right. All right, let's check if this is gonna work. So this is 66 down here. This is minus 120 plus this is 121. So I'm getting 1 over 66. So that means that's our answer because plugging in negative 4 over 11 on both sides, I'm getting 1 over 66 and 1 over 66. Any questions on that one?
No.
Okay. Anyone struggling to join us, still struggling?
Don't give up.
Okay, vapile. Okay, let's move on to C. All right, for C, what did we have? Can you just call that one out? What answer did you guys get?
-1.
You got? -1. Hello. What did we get? -1.
Yes.
All right, let's check. So this will still be x plus 7. This will be 6x plus 12. Take this to the other side. You have x minus 6x equals to 12 minus 7. This gives you minus x. This gives us 5. Divide by minus 5. We have x is equals to -1. Anyone who didn't get the answer?
Oh, that's it. No.
All right.
Ungayisusi mara kancane.
Okay.
Ngiyabonga.
Okay. So that's how your linear equations are. Then that's how you begin your linear equations. Those are the type of questions you should be expecting. Statement will be something like solve for x in the following linear equations, or just solve for x. So you have to identify that, okay, this one has a degree of 1, then that means it's a linear equation. This is what I'm supposed to do. Take everything that is a variable to one side, take everything that's a constant to one side, and then from there, add or subtract my like terms. After that, divide by something if I have to divide by something, and then get my answer. After getting my answer, every time you check if that answer is correct. So that means in this section you're not supposed to get anything wrong, because you know you actually have the memo, because you can take your final answer, substitute it to the given equation, and check if your left hand side and your right hand side are equal. Are we clear on that one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So let's look at quadratic equations. So for quadratic equations, we are actually using a trinomial. So we'll be given something like 2x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. So we have seen that this is a trinomial. We know our trinomials. This is a trinomial. But now the only part that we have added, we are equating it to something here. So it's equals to 0. Right. So what we will try to do, we'll look at a different version of this question. What you try to do, you try and factorize your trinomial over here. Right. You only start factorizing your trinomial over here only if this side you have a 0. If you don't have a 0, if you have a 5 or something, you take that 5 to this side, and then you add your subtract your like terms until you end up making sure that this side you only have a 0. Are we clear on that one?
Yeah.
If you have a number, a variable, whatever, you take it to the other side, and then from there you make sure that this side you're only left with a 0. Right. So
Please repeat.
okay, I'm saying that you only start factorizing this trinomial if this side on the other side you have a 0. So if you have x, I don't know, 3x this side, you have to take this 3x, transpose it, cross it over the equal sign, to this side. And then you simplify that, leaving your 0 here. So you always make sure that you have a 0 on this side or wherever side the 0 is before you start factorizing this. Are we clear on that? All right, we'll have an example not having a 0 here. Right, so let's try and factorize this trinomial. We'll have 2 brackets equals to 0. So you don't throw away your equal sign here. Equal to 0. Let's go. So factorizing this, we're going to look for factors of 10. What are the factors of 10?
1 times 10.
1 times 10. What else?
5.
What's another one?
2 times 5.
2 times 5. Is there another one?
5 times 2.
5 times 2 and 2 times 5 are the same thing. So that means those are the ones that we have. Right. So now what we'll try to do, we'll check which ones, when we add or subtract, will give us this 7. So if we add here, we get 11. Subtract, we get 9. This one, we get 7. Subtract, we get
7.
Right. So which ones are we going to use?
5
2
and
and
2.
2 and 5. Right.
5.
And then this will be x and x, 2 and 5. Right, in terms of our signs, remember, this one is the sign of a bigger number. So which one is the bigger number here?
It's 5.
So this will be 5. This one is telling us about the signs inside. So it's the same. It's a plus. It's telling us that the signs inside are the same, right? If it was a minus, it would tell us that those are different. So if it's a plus, it's telling us that the signs inside are the same. So that means if I have a plus here, I also have to have a plus there. Are we okay then?
Yes, sir.
Right. After doing that, I've now factorized everything. I now have this bracket being equals to 0. This bracket times that bracket being equals to 0. So what we will write here, we will say that for me to get a 0, it's either this x plus 2 bracket giving me a 0, or this x plus 5 bracket giving me a 0. Right. So what we are saying is that if I have this as a 0 times whatever that's in this bracket, I'm just going to get this being 0. 0 times anything is just 0. Or if I'm having this, what's this? 0 times this bracket, x plus 5, like that, then this is still going to give me a 0. That's what we are writing here. So we have two solutions. It's either this part can give me a 0, or that part can give me a 0. Are we okay?
Yes.
We had this as a quadratic. Now we are dealing with a linear equation. Let's focus on our linear. So we'll take this being equals to -2, or our x being equals to -5. So those are our two answers. We write it like that. X equals to -2, or x equals to -5. So let's check if that's correct. Remember, if we plug that into our original equation, we're supposed to get 0. So let's see. So original equation was x squared plus 7x plus 10. This has to give us 0. So x squared here, if we're using this, -2. So you focus on one solution first. You don't plug in both -2 and -5, and maybe plug in -2 here and then use -5. You deal with -2 first, check if that answer is correct. Deal with -5, check if that answer is correct. So it is possible that only one of the solutions will be correct. So you might find out that this is not actually a solution. So if it's not a solution, you would cancel out like that. You'd say x is not equals to -2, but x is equals to -5. If this one doesn't give you the left-hand side being equals to the right-hand side. Are we clear on that one?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
What happened?
no, you were saying yes, sir.
I was saying that it's possible that one of these might not actually be a solution. So if we're going to plug in -2 here, and it doesn't give us a 0, and the other one maybe does give us a 0, that means we can say this x value is not equals to -2, like that. So you have to make sure that you check your solution every time after giving me values like this. So you sit down and then you check. So this will be -2 here, all squared, plus 7 minus 2. So make sure that you plug it in inside brackets, plus 10, like that. So let's check if that's correct. So this will give me a 4. This will give me a minus 14 plus 10. And then dealing with this will just give me, from here going that side, this will just be -10 plus 10, giving me 0, like that. So 0 on the left hand side and 0 on the right hand side. That means this qualifies to be a solution. Everyone clear there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So since you guys like using calculators,
Yes,
you
sir.
just after finding your solution, you just plug it in as instead of having x there, and check if your left hand side is the same as your right hand side. So on the other solution, we are having x equals to -5. Let's check that one. So that means I'll have -5 all squared plus 7 into -5 plus 10. Let's see. So this is going to give me 25. This is going to give me 35 plus 10, like that. Right. So this is going to give me -10. This is going to give me plus 10. Whether we study it this way or that other way, it's still the same. And then this is just going to give me 0. So -10 plus 10 is going to give me 0. So that means this also qualifies to be. Someone was saying something?
Say, why when we proving our answer, we saying we square the 5 or we square the 2, -2 or something?
Why when we are doing what?
Say, are you sure we are proving the answer that it is -5 or -2?
Yes.
So why do you say -5 squared?
Why do we say -5 squared? Let me just try and.
Why are you squaring them? Say.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Can I just add one this person on Zoom? Can the person on Zoom hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. Let me try and answer the question that I was being asked. So you were asking me, why are we putting in -5?
Why are we squaring -5?
We are squaring -5 because that was the original equation, remember? So our original equation was saying whatever answer I'm going to get, square it. Add 7, multiply by that number, add 10. I'm supposed to get 0. That's why we are squaring it here.
Okay.
We don't have? What were we saying? Hello? Hello? Okay.
Say, I was saying, please repeat. I didn't hear you well. Network say.
All right. I'm saying that the original equation we are having is this one, x squared plus that and that and that. So instead of having x, we have to write the solution. We have to plug in that number that we got. So we got -2 here. That's why we are having -2 all squared, like that. We got -5 as our other solution. That's why we've plugged in -5 like that. Right. So this part, you don't write it in your book, this part. Your answer ends here, but you have to check on your own on the side that this answer that you got actually gives you the left being equals to the right. Are we still clear there? Okay, the person on Zoom, be ready to jump off to the other link at 7. All right, let's get another question. Okay, let's see. We are given this one. X squared minus 5x equals to -4. Right. So this is what we have. Remember, we said this is a quadratic equation, but what we're trying to do first, we have to make sure that everyone is on this side. This side, we are only left with a 0. So that means this now becomes x squared minus 5x. We take this 4 to the other side, it becomes plus 4 equals to 0. So now we are having this we can say this is our standard format. So we can use our standard format now. Everything is fine. This is now a trinomial, right? So let's try and factorize this. What are the factors of 4?
1,
2 and
4.
So we have 2 and 2. You
2
have
and 2.
what's the
1
other
and
one?
4.
1
4.
and 4. Right. So let's check if we are adding, if we are subtracting. So if we're adding here, we're getting 4,
4,
subtracting 0, add 5, subtract
5,
3.
3.
Right.
3,
So which ones are we gonna have in our bracket?
2 and
2
2.
and 2.
Which one? Remember,
2
we're trying to
and
get a
2.
5. We're trying to get a
2
5.
and
4 and 1.
2 and 1.
4 in 1. 4 in 1. Right. And then we check our sign. We said this one is the sign of the bigger number. Which one is the bigger number here?
It's 4.
So this would be minus. What does this one tell us?
The signs are the same.
Signs are the same. So I have a minus. That means this will also be a minus like that.
Minus.
Right. So I have factorized. I only have everything like that in brackets now. So what I can say now, it's say that this bracket will give me a 0, or that bracket will give me a 0. So it's x minus 4, it's equals to 0, or x minus 1, it's equals to 0 like that. Right? So now I'm dealing with a linear equation. So this will just be x, it's equals to 4, or x, it's equals to 1. Right. Can us on Zoom jump into the other link? Where's this Zoom thing? Can't even spend it. Let's jump into the last link for Zoom. Start meeting. Oh, okay, Zoom is a pain. Share screen, this one, share. All right, we're just gonna wait for our comrade to join in. All right. So now we have these as our solutions. X is equals to 4 or x is equals to 1. So now we check, are those solutions correct? Can you guys check? Can we check if those solutions are correct? So remember, you plug in 4 first, and then afterwards you find a solution. you plug in 1 afterwards, and then you find a solution for that one as well. And both must give you 0 if we're using this part of the equation.
So are you saying we should calculate to see if these are the right answers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Ethiopia? Hello?
I'm done, sir.
You're done. What did you get?
0 for both of them.
0 for both of them. So, okay. Every time you substitute into your calculator, please make sure that you're using brackets here. So you'd have this, whatever answer you have, you plug it in with the sign that it has. So if it was a minus, you plug it in like that. You have your squared on the outside, not inside the bracket. Minus 5, you have a bracket here. You plug it in like that, plus 4 like that. And then you check if this is going to give you a 0. If it does, then this is a solution. You do the same for here. You plug in your 1 inside the bracket, and then you check if it's going to be a 0. If it's a 0, then that's another solution. That means you are winning so far. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, let's look at this one. Zoom in a bit. All right, we're given two x squared minus 8 equals to 0, like that. Right. So what do you guys think we should do? Remember all the steps that we have done so far. Not today only, but everything I've taught you so far.
Difference of 2 squares.
The difference of 2 squares, 8 is not a perfect square, yes?
I'm gonna multiply that 8 with that 2, say, and then we're left with x squared.
You're gonna multiply.
Yes.
Why are you multiplying now? All right, let's look at the methods of factorization that we know. Which one is the first one?
Only common fact.
Common factor. What's the common factor?
2.
2. So we take out 2 as your common factor. What are you left with?
X squared
That's 4.
Minus 4 equals to
0.
right. So here we are trying to solve for x. Here we're trying to solve for x. So this one we can divide by 8 both sides. So I'm going to divide by 2. I'm going to divide by 2. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So if we divide by 2, like that, we are left with x squared minus 4. It's equals to 0. So this we only do if this guy is a number. If we were given this as, let's just say if our common factor was, let's just say if we were given this as x cubed minus 4x like that equals to 0. Then what we would do here, we take out x as your common factor, you're left with x squared minus 4, it's equals to 0. You don't divide by, you don't throw away this x. This x is now part of your solution. Are you okay?
Yes.
All right. Let's deal with this one. We'll come back to this one. Right? What method of
Same.
factorization can you apply here? Yes?
Difference of squares.
Difference of two squares. So I'll have two brackets. So what will I have inside the brackets?
X,
2 and 2.
X,
X
2,
Two.
X, 2, and then signs?
plus and minus.
Plus and minus, right. So what after here,
Yes.
what's my next step?
X
Plus
plus
Is equals
plus
2,
Equals to what?
0.
0.
0, and then
Or
X
or
is X plus
minus
X
2.
minus 2 is equal to 0.
okay, and then what's my next step?
We need to
Then
put
is equals to -2. U
Equals to
2.
negative 2.
And then X is equals to positive 2.
X is equals to 2. So those are my two solutions. We can check if we plug those in to our equation, we get that 0. So you can plug it into the first step here, or you can plug it in to this step. The left has to be the same as the right hand side. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The one say with multiplying 2 by 8. I also got this answer.
Multiplying 2 by 8. Why are you multiplying 2 by 8 now?
Yes, listen. You say 2 times 8, and then we'll be left with x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. And then we get in common fact, if factors is the 16, it's 4 and 4. And then divide by that 2. And then we have x minus 2 plus 2, and then x is equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 2.
You said you multiplied with 8. No.
8 then.
You did what? Common factor is 8.
No, so listen.
Okay, I can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2x squared minus 8 is equal to 0, right?
Yes.
And then we say 2, that 2 from x squared times 8 is equal to x squared minus 16
So the 2 here, you're saying this 2 times
times 8.
times 8.
Yes, is equal to 0. And then we'll be left with x squared. X squared minus 16 is equal to 0.
Okay.
And then we find factors of 16. It's plus 4 and minus 4.
Where is this method coming from?
From school, say.
Yay. I'm
Say,
scared.
carry on.
Yeah, the answer will be the same, but you have forced it right now. I'm trying to understand where this is coming from.
Yes, we are learning in school NSC1. The teachers from the one. This is how they teach us this.
Yes.
Hey, I'm scared for my life. All right, guys. You use whatever that they.
Auxiliary answer is the same.
It's the same because of this question, but okay, it's fine.
She's taking it to another level, say.
You're calling this another level.
Yes.
Trying to find the justification for this, but if you guys are saying that's what you guys are doing and you guys are happy, it's fine. Moving on. Any questions on this one? Are the answers correct?
No.
Are the answers
Nope.
the solutions
Yes.
okay? So you,
Yes,
for
yes.
solutions, guys, for your solutions, you got x equals to 6. What was our answer here? X equals to 2 or x equals to 4 for this.
Which one, say?
For this creative method that you guys have here.
Oh, the final answer.
Yes.
No, it's x is equal to positive 2 or x is equal to negative 2.
How from x squared minus 16 did you get?
Mina say yabo leyo memasifundisa yona ngi-understand kodwa I'm using the one osenzisa ngayo. I understand the one you're doing better than the screen.
Can the person from the same school please assist? We are now here, x squared minus 16 equals to 0. And then what happens? Hello?
Okay, so we're going to open two brackets.
The difference of 2 squared.
X minus 4.
X
X
plus 4.
And then divide by 2.
By 2, exactly.
Yes, divide by 2. And then x is equal to negative 2. Or x is equal to x plus 2.
Which school is this?
Let's
Oh, okay.
Say.
Hey, no, it's okay, guys. Let's move on with life.
Oh no, wait.
Let's move on with life, guys. Let's move on. Moving on. Let me give you something. Can you guys try out this one? X squared plus 7x equals to 44. Can you guys try out this one?
Can't see.
Can you hear me?
We can't see the screen.
Can't see the screen.
Yes, we can't.
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone can see.
Yes.
No, I can see.
Right, some can, some can't. It's only the Teams people, right? Can you see it now?
Yes.
No.
Can everyone see it? Still nothing.
No.
I don't know if it's me, but the size of the screen is not that big anymore. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's me, but the your computer, sir, is a little minimized. I don't know if it's me.
It might be you. Okay, let's try sharing again. So no one is seeing anything right now, right?
Equation
So we can see the screen is just stuck. We can see.
Okay. All right, so the equation for those who are not seeing, it's x squared plus 7x, it's equals to 44. I'm hoping everyone can see.
X squared plus 7x
equals to 44.
equals
Equals to 44, yes.
that question.
Yes. The question is x squared plus 7x equals to 44. Can you guys still not see the screen?
we can see the screen now, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I'll try doing that one. Let me give you another one.
400. Oh, okay. Okay, Hope.
Yo, Seb, my network is really bad. I can't even hear what you are saying because of the slow chatting and stuff.
Says Telu number 2.
Okay, I'm saying I'm gonna try and share the link for this recording. I'm hoping there is sound. Those that are planning for number 2, did you guys finish number 1?
Yes.
What was your values for x?
X is equals to 4 or x is equals to negative 11.
So we're having x is equals to 4 or x is equals to negative 11. Did we all get that? Okay.
So,
Remember this one, let's try doing x cubed minus 16x. It's equals to 0. X cubed minus 16x, it's equals to 0. I showed you a bit how to start for that one.
let's try 3.
All right, Tabakale 3. What are your answer for number 2? Answer for number 2, what did you guys get?
X is equal to 0 and or x is equal to 4 or x is equal to negative 4.
Did we all
Yes.
get that?
Yes.
So we are supposed to have 3 solutions for that one.
You must say.
Did we get it?
Yes. I got x is equals to 4 or x is equals to negative 4.
What did you do with the common factor x?
Ish say.
Don't throw it away. The only thing that you are throwing away has to be a constant. If it's a variable, then that means, can I
Yeah,
move
I
here?
threw it away, Sam.
You did what?
I threw it away.
You threw it away.
Yes.
So for this one, you're just supposed to have x into x squared minus 16
My,
equals to 0. X into, like that, equals to 0. X4 plus minus like that. Right. So here you can say this guy can be 0. If this guy is 0, it means everything is 0. This bracket can be 0. All of this can be 0. This can be 0 like that. So x is equals to 0, or x plus 4 equals to 0, or x minus 4 equals to 0. So your x could be 0, or x equals to minus 4, or x equals to 4. So those are all your solutions.
Okay.
Right. Okay, people are doing number 3 and number 4 now, I hope. Are we winning? Are we winning? Number 3?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Number 3, anyone stuck there?
I got the values, sir.
Got the values for number 4. Do you have? Are you done with that one as well?
I'm doing it, sir.
All right, do number 4. Let's give a chance for people to do number 3 before they start cooking up answers.
Say,
Yeah. Done?
Yes.
Done with number 3 and number 4.
No.
Still on number 3.
You're on number 4.
You're on number 4. All right, let's have the values for number 3. What did we get? Remember, we were solving for m.
M is equal to 8.
Not x. Yeah, m is equals to
8 or m is equal to -3.
-3. Did we all get that?
No.
What did you get? What did you get? There was a no.
So I got it wrong.
Saying
You got it wrong. What did you mess up? What did you mess up?
Ish.
What did you mess up? What did you mess up?
kumele vele sithole ama-answer ethu.
Sometimes we get 3 answers, like the previous one, we had 3 answers. This one, we are supposed to get 2 answers. Yes.
So it's never one.
Never one. Let's say.
It can be 1 if you're dealing with something like, let me see, something like this: x plus 3 all squared equals to 0, something like that. Then the answer here, it's just x is equals to -3.
Number 3 ayikho yi-1.
Ayikho one say.
Number 3.
Yes.
All right, let's check. So we're
Yes.
dealing with m minus 19, blah, blah, blah. All right, can
I
someone
think-
call it? It's m squared minus 19. It's equals to 5m plus or minus 1. What did we have?
+1.
Plus 1. So plus 1. So this will be m squared minus 19. This will be 5m plus 5. Remember, we are trying to take everything to one side. Since this is not a linear equation because we have a degree of 2. So take everything to one side. So this would be minus 5m minus 19 minus 5 equals to 0. Are we okay here?
Oh.
5m, and then this, I think it's minus 20, what, 24?
Hayibo.
Say mina
Yo.
ngidivile cabanga.
Even dividing.
Yes, I also divided. Say.
What were you
Ngithe
dividing?
after like I said 5m squared and then ngathi equals to negative let me see, and then ngathi negative 19 plus 5 yangipha negative 14, and then ngathi 5 divided by 5 and then ngathi equals to negative 14 divided by 5 ngakhipha 5 no5 ngasala ngu-negative 14 over 5. Cabanga se.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
so anything ukuthi simshintshe lo m squared kube u-m kuphela and then sikhona ukumminus nalo 5 lo ukuze sizokhona ukudivide.
No, why are you doing that?
I get us solving it like a linear.
No. A linear will have everything.
I solved it like that.
No, your linear has a degree of 1. So here the degree is 2.
Yeah.
So it's wrong.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, super sure. All right, I don't think we still have anyone using Zoom. Are the people on Google Meet seeing everything, hearing everything? All right, I think hopefully this one is better. Zoom is a nightmare for me. All right, so this is what you're supposed to have, and then factorizing that, you're just gonna carry on from that one. All right, for the last one, did we get it?
You must say.
Sibuyela kuphi la? For number 3, I think we said it was, what are the answers? We got 8 and -3. Let's see. 8 and -3, yeah. So we're looking for factors of 24. So factors of 24, it's 24 and 1. It's 6 and 3. No, it's 6 and 4 actually. 6 and 4. It's 8 and 3. And I think that's 12 and 2. And I think that's about it. So you check for adding, for subtracting. So here it's 25. This is 23. This is 10. This is 2. This is 11. This is 5. This is 14. This is 10. So we are looking for 5. So the one giving us 5 is that one. 8 and 3. All right. Number 4, did we get it?
Yes, sir.
What did we get? Number 4?
P is equal to -9, and P is equal to 2.
All right, let me just write it down here. So it was
P negative.
So our question was P plus 6, P plus 1 equals to 24. So you're saying your answers were P equals to?
P equal to -9.
-9.
Or P is equal to 2.
2. Did we all get this one?
No.
What did you get?
P is equals to 9. P is equals to -2.
-2 or P is equals to?
-9.
So it's -2, -9.
No. 9.
We have someone who has -2 and +9. We have someone who has P is equals to +2 and P is equals to -9, like that. It's the same thing. December, what's your answer? -2 and +9, or -9 and +2?
-2 and +9.
+2 and +9. All right. So we have 2, +2, or P is equals to +9. Is there anyone else who has a different answer? Anyone else? All right, let's check. So remember, we cannot just say P plus 6 equals to 24. We have to make sure that this part is 0 first. So since it's not 0, we have to apply our FOIL method here. So this will be P squared plus P plus 6P plus 6 equals to 24. So it will be P squared plus 7P 6 minus 24. It's equals to 0, like that. Right. So this is just P squared plus 7P, and this is minus 18, I think.
Yes.
So we look for factors here of 18, which would be 18 and 1, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So we're looking for the one that will give us a 7. I think a 7, we get it here. So we open two brackets. We're having P, and P, we have 2 and 9. So for the signs, we said the plus here is the sign of a bigger number. So here will be a plus. This one is a minus. So it's telling us that the signs inside are different. So already if I have a plus here, I'm supposed to have a minus there. So that means my answer would be P is equals to 2 or P is equals to -9. So those are our answers. All right. 2
So
and
say
yeah.
-2 and 9.
If you got -2 and 9, we try and substitute that and see if it will give you 24, which I doubt. Let's see. So if we're going to use -2, we will have -2 here, plus 6, -2, plus 1. Let's see. So this is just going to give me 4 or positive. This is going to give me 1. So this is just going to be 4. And this is not 24. If I'm going to use +9, I'm going to have 9 plus 6, 9 plus 1. So this is just going to be 14 or 15. 15 times 10, which would be 150. That 150 is not 24. So this one is out. If you will try it with +2 and +9, this would be 8. And it would be 8. This would be 3. So this will, for +2, I think it works. Yeah. So we get 24. If you're using +9, you will get the 150 over here. So those two answers are not correct. All right, any question? Where did you make a mistake for the answers that you guys got here? What was the mistake? Mistake? Have you noted your mistake?
So say
You did what?
-9.
In your negative.
-9. This green one.
Yeah, that's the answer you got. Kia, you're breaking. I can't hear you.
So I'm asking if one that's correct.
It's P equals to 2 or P is equals to -9.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any questions? Yeah. You can't hear other people. Can other people hear Lesego?
No.
Can you hear her?
Yes.
Okay, they can hear you. Lesego, can you exit and join again? Okay. I don't know, I was not hearing anyone, but okay, it's fine. Can you hear other people now?
Yeah.
It's okay. I think it's because we're using a different platform than everyone else. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So those are quadratic equations. So your degree there is, the highest exponent you have is 2. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at another type of equation before we call it a night. People should be tired, I hope.
Yeah, you're
Hallelujah. All right, so we have looked at linear and we have looked at quadratic. So now can we try and look at what we call simultaneous equations? Simultaneous, which we said we are doing two things at once. We're solving two things at once. So I'm going to give you a different kinds of method for approaching those, and then we will see what is what. All right. So the equation for simultaneous equation, you're given two equations. So let's look at this one. We're given y is equals to 2x minus 3, and the other one is 2y, it's equals to 5x minus 8, like that. So what we are trying to do, your question will say maybe solve for x and y. So we're solving for both of those.
Hey,
Sorry?
iskrin simnyama.
Is there someone else having that issue?
No.
All right, if
No.
Simnyama issue, exit and join in again. Okay. Let's wait for Kia to join in again. Hopefully she will be able to see. So that we'll go through the different methods that we have. Can you see the screen now? Kia,
Oh, sir.
can you see the screen now? Yes, no, maybe?
Sengiyabona.
All right. So the first method that we're gonna look at, let me just write down our methods. We have the method we call elimination. We have a method we call elimination. We have a method we're calling substitution. Substitution, like that, right? So elimination, usually we use it when we have both equations having the same degree. So elimination, both equations have the same degree. Mostly we use it for the degree exponent 1, so the degree of 1. Substitution, you try and make one subject, one variable the subject of the formula. You take it and you substitute it into the other equation, and then you take it from there. Right, let's start with elimination. Can you hear me? Let's start with elimination, and then we'll do the same question using substitution. Right, so if we are eliminating, what we will write here is this. So the equations we have, it's y, it's equals to 2x minus 3, like that. The other one is 2y, it's equals to 5x minus 8. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to eliminate or remove one of the variables. So we'll try and let's see. So we can try and remove, let's just say we're trying to remove y here. If we are trying to remove y, we can try and find a way to make this y disappear either by adding or subtracting. So we can say this is our equation 1, this is our equation 2. That's the equation, those are the equations that we were given. So if we want this y to be 0, we have to make sure that we have a 2 here. So that means for us to have a 2 here, we have to multiply the whole equation by 2. Right. So we can say equation 1 multiplied by 2. So after multiplying equation 1 by 2, you have 2y. It's equals to 4x minus 6. And then what you had at first for equation 2 would be 2y. It's equals to 5x minus 8. So these are the new equations that we're dealing with. When you multiply the whole equation. From there, this we can say this is our equation 1, equation 2. We can say we're trying to get rid of this one. So for us to get rid of that one, we can say equation 1 minus equation 2, or we can say equation 2 minus equation 1. It's up to you, right? So if you're minusing, you're looking at like terms. This would be 2y. 2y minus 2y, what do you get? 0 equals to
0.
yes. 4 minus 5, what do we get? Negative
1.
x, yes. And then you're having
Negative
minus
1.
6 minus 8. What do you have? You're having minus 6
Negative 14.
minus 8, like that. You're getting? This is a plus.
Negative 14.
Cannot be a negative 14. There was a 2 somewhere.
2.
2 like that. Right. So now this is what you have. You're having 0 is equals to negative x plus 2. So you can take the x to the other side. You can have this as your x value. So your x value is 2. Are we okay with that part? Right. Next, you'll say substitute x into the other equation. You can substitute to equation 1, or you can substitute to equation 2. You can substitute to equation 1.
Say ufaka
So fast.
You first.
Yes.
Where did I lose you?
you lost me kulo negative x.
All right.
Yes,
Negative x ngithole ngokuthi sithi 4x minus 5x. So total negative x. Are we okay now? Are you okay, lab? All good.
Yes.
And then we went on to do this one. We said negative 6 minus 8, like that. This was a plus. So we ended up with a 2 here. So this is the plus 2 that we have here. Now this is, yeah? You can do that, but why don't you just take x and cross it over? No, you'll get, you're saying x plus 2 like that. There's a 0 here. You're dividing everything by negative 1, right? Also here, divide by negative 1. So you'll have 0, it's equals to x minus 2, yes. And then from there, you have to take 1 to the other side. Which one are you transferring? So 2 would be like that. So this is what you have. Okay. So this wasn't way extra and way long compared to just
Yeah, I
doing.
can't hear you're talking to.
You can't?
Hear the person we are talking to.
Is that on Teams or is that on Google Meet?
Teams.
Teams, anyone having that issue as well?
Yeah.
Exit and join, guys. Exit and join. Okay, let's wait for our comrades to join in. I think we will end up using Google Meet, but now some phones don't have Google. That's an issue. Hey.
We are back.
Everyone is back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the 2 that we have over there. Everyone is happy with how we got to 2. Right. After that, you can just substitute your x value into either equation 1 or equation 2. So usually, it doesn't matter. You can use either equation 1 or equation 2. So let's use equation 1. We should get the same answer whether we are using equation 1 or equation 2. So equation 1, we are using, whether we're going to use the first one or the second one, it doesn't matter. The first one that we were given, or the one that we created, it doesn't matter. It's still going to give us the same answer. So it's 2y. So it's 2y equals to 4x minus 6. So if we're substituting, we are saying wherever that we're going to see x, we're going to plug in the 2. So here I'm having 2y, it's equals to 4 into 2 minus 6. This is me substituting now. Then from there, I'm ending up with, I now only have one variable. Can you see that? Only y is left. 2y is equals to 8 minus 6 like that. 2y is equals to 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. My y is equals to 1. Right. So that means my solutions are, if x is equals to 2, my y is equals to 1. So those are my solutions, like that. So let's check if those solutions are correct. So 2 and 1. So go back to our original equations. Going back to our original equations, we were given y, it's equals to 2x minus 3, like that. Remember, we said our y is 1, our x is 2, right? So let's see if we plug in our something here, we're going to get our left being equals to our right. So if we're going to say 2, space inside x is equal to 2 minus 3, what do we get here? It's going to be 4 minus 3, what do we get? Is never. This is 1, right? So that means this side is going to give us 1. What's our y value? 1. So 1 is equals to 1. So that's fine. Okay then. You can check using equation number 2. You have 2y. It's equals to 5x minus 8. So here it's 2 into 1. This is 5 into 2 minus 8. So 2 times 1 is 2. And then this is 10 minus 8, which is 2. So 2 is equals to 2. Our left is equals to our right. So these solutions are correct. Anyone who's still lost there?
Yeah, ne.
All right. So let me do this. Let's try another one using elimination, and then we'll come back with substitution. Yeah. And then those doing about trigonometry school, and were you guys done with this?
Yes, we did it, but I understood nothing.
You guys are living large. How did you pass? Understand?
Hey, use wethu yakutshela ukuthi if you don't understand, it's not my problem. Chapter 5, geometry.
Bakhona siyabayenza kanjalo.
Wow. All right. So we are given these.
Teacher, they are not meant to be teachers. Yeah, bayenza nje bafuna imali. Bayenza nje ukusheshisa isyllabus nje sesijahile sifuna uqeda. Abanye bothisha bona ayathanda uthisha uma ufuna uthisha kufanele uthande ube ne-patience.
Oh, comrade. Whoa. Before slide double teachers bit. Whoa. What are we looking at? So we're given this one. We said we're going to use the method of elimination again, right? Which variable should we eliminate? Remember, the easier the better. Which one are we trying to eliminate?
Eliminate.
Which one are we trying to get rid of? Are we trying to get rid of y, or trying to get rid of x here?
Why?
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 If you're getting rid of y, what number must we multiply with?
2.
Where?
2.
This is equation 1 or
2 and
equation
3.
2? Equation 1, this is equation 2. Equation 1 we multiply by
2.
Equation 2, what happens to that?
3. Multiply by 3.
By 3.
If we are saying we're getting rid of y, that means we are saying, Guti, sifuna coefficient ka y la ne coefficient ka y la zifane. So if you're gonna multiply this part by 2, you'll end up with 6y. You have to multiply this one by 3 to end up with 6y, right? So that means maybe y is too much. For x, you can just multiply this one by 4. That's it. But since you guys chose y, it's fine. Let's carry on. So that means our new equation 1 and equation 2, or you can call them equation 3 and equation 4, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 6y. It's equals to minus 8x. Remember, you multiply everything plus 2. Let's call this one equation 3. This one is going to be 6y. It's equals to 3x minus 12. Write equation 4 like that. Right. Right. And then from here, how do we remove 6? How do you remove 6y there? Do we add? Do we subtract? What's happening?
We subtract.
Subtracting. Okay. So it will be equation 3 minus equation 4, or equation 4 minus equation 3, as long as you end up using your signs correctly. Right. So let's subtract then. So we are saying it will be 6y minus 6y. What do we have? 0.
Yeah.
And then you're having minus 8x minus 3x. What do you have?
Minus 11.
11x.
Minus 11x, right. And then we're having 2 minus 12. What do we have? 2 minus minus 12, actually.
Plus 14.
So it's minus minus 12. You're having? Cannot be.
It's 14.
14, yes. So it's plus 14. Right. So from here, what do we have?
11x plus 14.
11x, what? What do we have here?
No, 0. 6 minus 6, Angit.
6 minus 6.
Yes.
6 minus 6 was here.
So ubuzukuthi 6 minus 6 is equals to 0.
So 14 over 11. That's the final answer, right?
Aibu.
Yeah.
We are here, we take 11 this side, equals to 14, divide by 11, divide by 11. So your x value is equals to 14 over 11. Right, so that's your x value. Then what do you do? We have now your x value. What do you do with it?
We substitute.
So sub x into which equation? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
1.
Anyone you want. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one do you want? 1. So substitute into 1. So what was our equation 1? 3y negative 4x plus 1. So it would be 3y, it's equals to negative 4x plus 1. So where I'll be seeing x, I'll be plugging in this fraction of mine. So this will be 3y, it's equals to negative 4 into 14 over 11 plus 1 like that. And okay, it's not a friendly fraction. Let's see. This ends up being 14 times 4. It's what? 64? Huh? Yeah. 56. Okay. So it will be minus 56 over 11 here. Plus 1 is just 11 over 11 like that. And that's still fine. And then yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Why what?
Why is 11 by 11?
Still 1. I'm trying to make it to have the same denominator, right?
Okay. Mangifaka u-negative 4, mangifaka i-calculator ipha negative 45 over 11.
45 over 11.
Yes,
So it's 4 times 14, guys.
14 over 11, exactly, plus 1.
By 11.
Who ends up plus 1, man?
Yes.
Or more ends up plus 1, yes, you're supposed to get negative 40, what? 5 over 11.
5 over 11.
Yes, if you have punched in all of this into a calculator. But I advise you ukuthi uwabhale lama steps lawa kahle. Because maybe your teacher is asking, ufuna ukubona lawo ma steps lawa ukuthi okay, you knew ukuthi bekumele ufake this thing is gonna give you that, and then this is gonna be whatever, and then end up here. Right. So we're trying to get rid of 3 here. So what are we gonna do?
Going to divide by 3 on both sides.
Divided by 3. So is everyone okay with this part? This is still the same thing as dividing by 3, right? All right. What? Unless if you would understand here, not you're still doing the same thing.
Hey, I can understand.
All right. But now remember we are trying to do this manually. So that's why I'm avoiding a calculator. Right. So here you're having y, it's equals to, this would be, I think, 45 now, 15. 15 over 11. Yes. So that's our answer. So we are saying with our answer, it's equals to 14 over 11 for x, and our y value would be negative 15 over 11. All right, let's check if those answers are correct. Let's plug those answers to equation 1 and equation 2. What was our equation 1 and equation 2? Equation 1 was, so you had 3y equals to negative 4x plus 1. You had 2y, it's equals to x minus 4, like that. So if you plug in negative 15, just punch this one to a calculator first. This side is minus 4 into 14 over 11 plus 1. Check this one, check this one.
Negative 45 over 11.
Ngapha it's negative 45 over 11. Ngapha?
Negative 45 over 11.
Negative 45 over 11. So our left and our right are the same. So that's fine. You can check in the second equation if you want to do that. Right. Any questions for this one?
Actually, wait.
Le ku-0.
Ku-0 kuphi?
Lower 6y to 6y.
Sicale lapho.
From here, say this 0, did you get it from say 6 minus 6?
Yes. Remember we were saying equation 3, all of that minus this one.
Okay.
So basically we could have written that like this. We could have said 6y. We could have taken which was gonna be what? Plus 8x minus 2 minus this whole thing, which was gonna be 6y. Is it okay? I think it should be fine as well. Let's try it like this. So we're gonna have 6y plus 8x minus 2 minus 6y plus 3x minus 12. Let's see. So this one and that one will go out. Last salam 11x minus 14. So this part is what we have here. After jumping something to the other side. All right, any other question? So that we can look at the other methods first.
What about the 11?
Which part?
Negative 56 over 11 plus 11 over 11.
Is this okay? All right, so we said 11 over 11 because I was trying to change lawyer 1 lawyer to have a denominator like 11. Remember we said fractions, you cannot add or subtract a fraction if
If
the denominators are not the same. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. This was elimination. The steps that you're gonna do, you choose which variable do I want to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
You choose, I want to get rid of y, I want to get rid of x. Choose one. And then you try and make layer of coefficient efana with the other equation. Sometimes you might have to multiply both equations like we did here. Sometimes you just multiply by equation A1 and everything is fine. And then from there, you're gonna say, okay, for this one, we're just having this one minus that one, which was fine. Other times you might have to say this one plus this one in order to get rid of this. So if this part was, let me see. Can I show you an example of that one?
Yes, please.
If the 7 is, if we were trying to get rid of x, let's do the same thing and see. We're trying to get rid of x. Let me just do this. Here are those equations. So we were given 3y, it's equals to minus 4x plus 1. The other one was 2y, it's equals to x minus 4. Right, so we're trying to get rid of x. Trying to get rid of x, that means I'm trying to make it such that it's in a coefficient efanayo or something like that. So for me to have a 4, I can just say equation 2. If this is 1, this is 2. You can say equation 2 times 4. You can say times 4, you can say, yeah, I think 4 is fine. So that means now I end up having 3y, it's equals to minus 4x plus 1 for equation 1. This one will be 8y, it's equals to 4x minus 16. Do we agree here? We multiply equation 2 by 4. Do we agree?
Yes.
Right. Remember, we're trying to get rid of x. So right now I'm having minus 4x and 4x. What sign must I plug in here to make this 0? Plus. So that means I have to add these two. So I'll say equation, if this is still equation, what, 1, and this is now equation 3. I can say equation 1 plus equation 3. So depending on what numbers you have or on the signs that you have, you can say, okay, now I'm adding these two, or now I'm subtracting these two to make sure that that ends up being a 0. So if I'm adding those two, let's see, we're gonna have 11y. I'm adding those two. I'm adding here, I'm gonna have 0. This I'm adding, I'm gonna have negative 15. Divide by 11, divide by 11. My y is equals to negative 15 over 11. Isn't that the answer we had? That's the answer we had before. So our y was negative, where is it?
15.
Negative 15 over 11, like that. Right. So that's that. Now you can take your y value, substitute it into equation 1 or equation 2 or whatever, then you're done. Right, let's look at substitution first. So I gave you two equations. Let's work on the first one. And then people can go and watch Mufango and stuff. Comrades. Comrades, we were supposed to do this. We were supposed to have this lesson during the day. We could have done this for 6 hours.
Inyawo zibuhlungu manje yo.
Kanti umile?
No, ngihleli.
Suka umhlanga push up by 3. Okay, let's look at number one, the first one that we did for simultaneous equation, and then people can go and eat and yeah, all of that. And I'm hoping what abantu won't relax tomorrow. They'll look at our equations, and Wednesday, I think we can try and have another class and people will have questions. All right, so we're given y it's equals to 2x minus 3. The first one, do you remember the first one? So we're using a different method now. So it's still equation 1, still equation 2, right? So what you try to do with substitution method, you try to make start equation A1 and you simplify it as far as possible by making variable A1 the subject of the formula. So for this one, simple enough, y, it's already the subject of the formula. Can you see that? If we had something here, maybe 4, whatever, that means we were supposed to divide by this 4 everywhere and then start on y.
So we are practicing.
Sorry?
Nakijima, say.
Nakijima.
Yes.
All right, slow down. All right, so we are saying what we are trying to do, we're trying to take equation A1, right? You make it variable A1 will be subject of the formula. So the simplest method you can, the simpler the better, right? So equation now already this one, y is the subject of the formula. So there's no need for us to do anything. But if we had maybe 6 lana and we're trying to make y the subject of the formula, that means we need to divide everything by 6 to get rid of those 6 those selling y pair.
Okay.
Right. If we were trying to go equation 1, make x the subject of the formula, that means we're gonna have y it's equals to 2x minus 3. Start with 3 give y plus 3 it's equals to 2x. We divide by 2, we divide by 2. That means our x is now y plus 3 over 2. But this is now complicating life. Already, basinikezile something enani in a variable being the subject of the formula. Can you see that? So we try to use the simplest method, right? So we're gonna use this one. So y way 2 is what we're gonna substitute because already we is subject of the formula. So we're gonna say substitute y into equation 2. So we are using equation 1. Actually, we can just say substitute equation 1 here into equation 2. So we're taking this last one akonu y siyofaga this part. So this would be la khona khonu y. That's what we are saying. So it will be substituting equation 1 into equation 2. So having 2y it's equals to 5x minus 8. Now I'm gonna khonu y, I'm gonna plug in all of that. So it's gonna be 2 into 2x minus 3 like that. This is all of y. It's equals to 5x minus 8. As you can see, asana y man, we have eliminated y in a way. Can you see that? Aseku y, we are dealing with x pair. Right. So this will be 4x minus 6, it's equals to 5x minus 8 like that. We multiply it now inside. We collect our variables one side. Let's collect variables one side. So we have 4x minus 5x minus 8 like that. And then from there, what do we have? Negative x. Negative 2. And then we divide by negative 1, we divide by negative 1. What do we have? X is equals to 2, right? So check the solution and see tooling elimination. Is x equals to 2 there? The first the substitution is what's the simultaneous equation I gave you?
Yeah, x is equals to 2.
Yes. Next, what you're gonna do, the answer to which one you're gonna substitute it to the simplest equation you have. We're looking for y now. This one already is saying y is equals to, so you can use that one because we don't have to divide anything by anything here. we can also use equation 2, but now we'd have to, the final part minus divide them with 2. But now already y is subject of the formula. So we can say sub x into equation 1. So we can say y, it's equals to 2 into 2 minus 3, like that. And then what's our y value? Y is equals to 4 minus 3. Y is equals to 1. So our solution is x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 1, like that. Are those the solutions we got in the elimination? There you go. Wonderful. So you chose a method a simple for when, a fast for when. If I specify, I'm going to solve this by method of elimination or solve this by method of substitution, then you look for a method a fast for when we understand a better. So my methods are 2. Melek when you 1 when also bamba fast, we understand a better. So which one was simple? This one or the elimination?
Substitution.
Substitution. Right? I would also vouch for substitution because substitution normal sne degree exponent 2, sne degree 2, we are still able to use it in a way. Unlike elimination, we end up being limited. Right. So what you guys will do tomorrow, let me just, I'll give you guys a few equations to do. So you'll do them using both the elimination and substitution. Yes. So that's your day for tomorrow. Elimination, substitution. Are we all good? And then
Yes.
Wednesday, tomorrow I want to sleep, man. Wednesday, we will go through those. If people have questions.
I say. You're too honest, Fem.
Hey, I want to sleep. Why should I lie? I'm gonna meet the KM team earlier on, and then afterwards I'm gonna come back and sleep. So what's happening? Yeah. So you guys will deal with substitution, elimination, so that you get used to our methods work. Get them answers work wrong. Check why is it wrong. Remember, you can get the equation so far. Did you see we are able to verify which answer is right or wrong? You just take whatever solutions you have, you plug them back in, and then if you're not getting left being equals to right or something like that, that means something is wrong. You have to redo it and redo it until you get it right. Right. So on Wednesday, we'll look at more substitution, more simultaneous equations, and we'll look at word problems. There are word problems somewhere in your lives. And what else will we look at? Hopefully we'll have time to look at inequalities. All right. I don't know how many hours did we do now. We did like 2 or something. 2 hours. So people should be ready, but and whatever.
Yes.
Peanuts, namazimba, namascopas, now bonke, ready.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy your day tomorrow. I'm just gonna send this go WhatsApp now. Another video lab for those who decided not to be on, or for those who had issues in the network and what.
Okay.
All right. Up.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh.